Yo, what's going on, guys? So let's go over what happened today. Pretty much played out exactly what we expected. Maybe we didn't expect this kind of bullishness today, but that's exactly what we get. So as usual, we'll start here on the daily chart. Biggest thing I see here, the only thing I really do see here is, oops, we have got to go to black lines here. I was messing around with black charts this afternoon, so all my stuff's a little janky here. But biggest thing here is now this is a daily order block, right? Down candle with a up candle here, and then an up candle closing above this one here. So now we have this daily order block here. I think this is actually a prop block because it's coming off of this daily order block. Notice how this daily order block right here and the body has supported price this entire time. This pretty much tells us that we are still in a bullish spot because what two times here we have tried to push lower and price has not wanted to do so, right? There's a volume imbalance here, market did not care about that today. We just kept pushing right over it. So that's your daily chart. Remember this morning coming in, like we thought we could get some kind of pullback possibly to this weekly FEG. The week is not over, right? Like we still have a ton of earnings going into this week. You know, we have AMD, we have Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Your apples are all this week. We have other red folder news. It's non-farm week, so this candle here could absolutely be wiped out in a minute to come back down here. But as of right now, there's nothing telling us we're coming down there. I do notice that we do have a weekly volume imbalance here, and then you see how price dug into it today. And that ended up being the low of today. And I'm going to show you guys where price bounced from today. So that's your weekly candle. The biggest thing on the 4-hour is this 4-hour FEG has not given up from last week. Remember we had this 4-hour FEG, and last week we were like, oh, we were probably still bullish here because you know we were waiting on all-time highs. We came down. We hit 50%, right? We hit 50%, went back up, hit 50% up here, then rejected, came down 50% again on the 4-hour. This 4-hour FEG, you notice how the bodies are still respecting this 4-hour, right? I'm going to remain bullish because this is a critical 4-hour FEG here. Until this gets broken, I'm not going to be bearish. I mean, why would you, right? The moment this does get broken, then we go down to 408, let's see, it's like 410, something like that. Yeah, 409.50 is the exact number. That also lines up with that weekly FEG. So eventually we will go down and fill that in, but nothing is saying we are going there right now, especially when we have a 4-hour candle like this, which is pretty much telling us that we're probably going back to all-time highs because we have ES pushing to all-time highs up here at that 50.27 level right here. So right now I'm going to be bullish going into tomorrow. Maybe we put in a 4-hour FEG overnight. The biggest thing is I'm going to be watching. This will be the condition tonight. Maybe we get some kind of 50% pullback. Like I said, I'm not saying we do, but this is going to turn into an hourly FEG here in about 20 minutes. Maybe we get some kind of pullback into here tonight during Asia in London and get something like this to run higher, because right now you see this as well as starting to line up. It just looks kind of LR downtrend, whatever you like to call it. But it looks like we're headed right back up to put in some new all-time highs here. So that's what I'm seeing on NQ. Where we did slow down today is a little interesting. It is a spot to watch going into tonight. So really the last spot taking us from preventing us from going up to 751 is right here. This 15-minute FEG, it's the last one in this leg. So as soon as we get over here, it pretty much is going to confirm that 751 will be the target. So if we close over this tonight, I'm expecting a push up to 751 overnight. And then we will go from there, see what kind of reaction we get here. Then we'll know if we're going back up to 794 and even higher. So that's that. You notice the 15-minute would kind of line up. There's a 15-minute FEG down here. 50% would be like 665 or so, pretty much the same as the hourly. So that's what I'm watching going into tonight. Just watch the hourly below here. It should kind of tell us, and watch this 15 above. It should tell us about all we need to know for tomorrow. So coming into this morning, it was really easy, right? Like, we were watching this low because this was our weekly FEG target. Remember from Friday, we wanted our London lows, which were swept right here. They were swept during Asia last night. Actually, Asia wasn't even open at that time yet. This would be like Sydney, Australia, sweeping this low that we wanted on Friday. And then you see the displacement we get off that. We came into this morning like, oh, well, we have this hourly FEG, and it's in discount, which is discount is below the 50%. We have equal lows sitting here. So, I mean, you could kind of tell, like, oh, we have an hourly FEG here. It's 50%. Market wants to push higher, but we have equal lows and an hourly FEG here at 50%. We know we can look for some kind of long setup once we tap into here. Like I said, like, we are pretty much guaranteed to go down and take this. It's just too obvious, because ES also, if we go to ES hourly today, it had the same thing. Had an hourly FEG with perfect equal lows sitting right there as well. So I knew one of them was going to take in. This would be your SMT, right? NQ took these lows. ES didn't, right? So, showing strength. So we knew we could push up higher after NQ took those lows. We took a long position off of here. But it just goes to show you need to always pay attention to where your especially your higher time frame equal highs are, because the market is most likely to draw there, especially when there's an FEG that's unbalanced just below. So you see that. I'll go down to the 1 minute time frame, and we'll kind of show the long that we took. Could have been a much better long. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. I'm gonna mark it out so I can find it easier here on the 1 minute chart. But we took a 1 minute entry here. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart. So you see how we just barely tap? No, oh boy. So it's gonna be right here. So you see how we barely tap into the hourly here, right? And what do you notice? Like, okay, now I'm on a 30-second chart. So what do you notice? Singular FEG right here. Lines up very, very nice. We have, what makes us even better is up to here, right? We have this beautiful downtrend, very algorithmic, that lines up. And we know we just swept equal lows. We know we just hit 50% on the hourly. We know we just hit an hourly fair value gap. We know and we have this downtrend right here. We know price is favorable to go up to here, to at least here. Or we know it should at least go up to here to a 53, which is where we long to. But we got in right here as soon as we closed over. We got in about 43 or so, and then we trimmed right here at this first high. We trimmed at 53, and then we went to break even, sadly, because you see this 1 minute never got inverse back down. But we always go to break even after our first internal high, and then we got stopped to break even. But you see, if you held, which some of you did, and I am very jealous of you if you did. I know there's quite a few of you in a TRT that held. Good job, because you caught 43 to 83 would be 40 points there. So it's a beautiful long. I mean, that's as textbook as it gets. Those are your A+ setups. Every single time, if you are delivering from a higher time frame FEG, you get a lower time frame inverse. You have this, or you have equal highs above. Those are your A+ setups that you always want to take. So you see that play worked out very, very nicely. And then in the afternoon, we kind of just pumped, right? Like the one thing with this afternoon is we left a ton of equal lows, right? Like, let's see, where are we? We left equal lows. We left equal lows here. Yeah, we left like equal lows right here. We left equal lows down here. Like at 620, we left equal lows. There's equal lows all over the place, right? I'm not going to waste your time trying to point them out. But there's a bunch of equal lows below. So like we're very skittish trying to take any kind of long. But you see, we ended up just pumping, right? And we ended up taking a long. So we knew we had. Where is it? So we knew we had right here at 632. We knew this was London highs, right? We knew this was London highs. Or Friday's high, sorry. This was previous day high up here at 632. We took a long position, where was it? We took a long position up to 632. We took a long position right here. So this was our play today, our second play of the day. This was our afternoon play. We seen basically essentially no drawdown. We took an entry right here off this 5-minute OB. You see we closed above the body here, so that becomes your OB. You notice how price comes down, taps into it, doesn't close below the top of the body of this order block, and then we just go straight up to our take profit here at 632. So we entered at 618. We entered a little bit here after I seen this nice reaction off the order block. So we caught what, 14 points there, but again 14 points here, then 10 points on the 1 minute in first day for 24 points today, which is still plenty for anybody on NQ. Other than that, and then from there we just went up to that 15-minute FVG that I just showed you right here, and that's the one that we need to watch tonight. And then the hourly below and potential 15, the 15 and the hourly here, and then 50% maybe back down before tonight. But if we close over this, remember we're going right to 751 will be tomorrow's target. All right, so that's enough of that. ES, I still think is drawing towards 50.27. ES pretty bullish today, right? For most of today, I was like, well, if we go look at Friday's high, we have this, right? We have triple equal highs sitting up here at 49.3150. Like most likely, if we're going to draw up there. If we push past there, we know 49.34 is going to be the next target because that was ES Friday high. This also is a good example of so NQ took 632, right? We knew when NQ took 632 today that that was Friday's high, right? As soon as ES takes Friday's high, that breaks your SMT. Whenever an SMT gets broke, you know what an SMT is when one takes the high and then the other doesn't. If they both end up taking that high or that low, we end up going lower or higher. Otherwise, we would have reversed that, right? So that's another good little nugget to know. If both take a higher low, we usually can continue in that direction to the next liquidity point. But that's pretty much ES. ES, I'm going to be watching. Obviously, this hourly tonight is going to be our key to watch. And then I think the next point of interest on ES, we have to go to our continuous chart here, is going to be this weekly high right here at 49.60. Would be the next area of interest to watch, but I still think ES is drawing up to 50.27 ultimately. But same as NQ, could get some kind of pullback to a weekly FVG, something like this first before we go back up higher. So we just have to be careful. We are way up here still. Just have to be careful in any kind of longs here. But with that, really that's about it. I did swing some Tesla calls. This is my example of my dark charts that I was messing with today. Looks like Tesla's moving up for here a little bit for us. We entered about 190.50 or so on our calls. I like this because obviously way overextended, right? Way overextended here on the 4-hour. Showing strength here, showing enough strength to inverse this 4-hour fair value gap closed above here, right? So this shows strength. So I at least expect Tesla to come up to this 4-hour FVG. This 4-hour FVG is about 193 or so. So I expect us to at least come up to here. We'll probably put a trim in here, and then we're gonna be aiming for about 196.50 or so, which would be about 50% of on the 4-hour chart here, 50% back up here. So. That's Tesla. Maybe we'll hold a runner, see if we can't catch maybe these equal highs up here at 212. They are for next Friday, so we bought some time. In about like 241, I think is my average. So that's Tesla. Hope you guys are in. With that, hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow.